It's so sad that Blake Lively has left a trail of celeb enemies even while wowing fans and leaving many impressed. Some of these celebrities have the worst kind of relationships with her, and you wouldn't believe who they are, starting from someone who might see her as a husband snatcher. Wondering what we're talking about? Join us as we explore a list of 10 celebs who dissed Blake Lively. Scarlett Johansson. Do you get flustered when you think about the romantic relationship between Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively? Well, a tough story about how they got there needs to be told. Truth be told, before Blake and Reynolds became a thing, there was another woman in the picture. Reynolds had been married to Scarlett Johansson for at least 2 years. Their marriage had begun in 2008, lasting till 2010, when it finally met its ruins. Intriguingly, this was the same year Reynolds collaborated with Blake on the movie Green Lantern. The film was produced for 5 months, beginning in March 2010 and ending in August 2010. This was enough time for Blake and Reynolds to set things in motion, eventually leading to Scarlett's broken home. One thing that was easy to notice during this filming of the Green Lantern was the immense chemistry between Blake and Reynolds on screen. Proving this theory, most people who saw them couldn't help but notice how flirty, giggly, and touchy they were when they were together. Talking about their connection, Reynolds even once admitted that, at one time, he knew he had crossed the line. But things only got intense during the press tour for Green Lantern. During this time, it was highly noticeable that the pair spent much time with each other, unaware they were both in real-life committed relationships. Indeed, while Ryan Reynolds married Scarlett, Blake Lively was in a committed relationship with Penn Badgley. With rumors swirling about the pair following this, it was surprising when the next set of events began to unfold. 3 months after the press tour for Green Lantern, Blake announced her breakup with Penn while the divorce proceedings between Reynolds and Scarlett started. Many have been forced to see Blake as the homewrecker in this case, although Blake and Reynolds deny the possibility that their affairs had begun while Reynolds was still married. Talking about their relationship later, the pair explained that they had done crazy things before, eventually deciding to date each other. Before then, they were just friends, and had even gone on a double date where Blake was with another guy and Reynolds with another. According to them, it took a while before they realized they were in love and decided to date. However, not many people agree with Blake and Reynolds' story. One of the conflicting arguments against their claims comes from a waiter who claimed to have witnessed Blake and Reynolds having a somewhat romantic date in 2010. She explained the event. It was just the two of them, and they were laughing and flirting. It looked like a date. If you didn't know who they were, you would assume they were a couple. The witness of the waiter wasn't the only controversial witness, which conflicted with Blake and Reynolds' claims. There was also the statement of a writer for Glamour and Vice, Kat Marnell, which was over the roof and raising dust. Here, Kat wrote in a deleted post. Fun fact: Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds hooked up when RR was still married to ScarJo and holed up in a NOLA hotel room during the Green Lantern. Kat also claimed that Reynolds and Blake had become romantic with each other in New Orleans, and this was exactly where Green Lantern was filmed. However, Kat also explained that the only reason stories did not go out about this romantic episode was that Blake and Reynolds had stopped them by threatening the reporters involved. With all this said, there are numerous reasons to doubt Reynolds and Blake's side of the story, with evidence leaning towards more shady affairs. Perhaps because of this, Scarlett and Blake do not see eye to eye. According to the reports, these actresses have tried to avoid each other, ensuring they were not found simultaneously in the same place. Reports have become heavy that Scarlett deeply hates Blake for being the reason for her failed marriage with Reynolds, and we cannot blame her for that. Scarlett, on her part, has also spoken about the event, pointing out other reasons for the breakup besides the affairs rumors. She said the implications of being with a fellow actor were far from simple. In her own words, she said, "The logistics of being with another actor are challenging, especially when two people's careers are going at the same rate. Even if one person successfully tags the other, that also proves challenging. There may be a competitive thing." Scarlett's statement has been interpreted to undoubtedly refer to none other than Reynolds. especially since she was now married to Colin Just, who was not in her profession when she made her statement. In Scarlett's words, competition can affect a relationship with a fellow actor. Thus, this has caused rumors to swirl that another reason for their divorce was unhealthy competition. According to a source in the Daily Mail in 2010, Ryan can be an overbearing control freak. He's more traditional, and Scarlett is more independent. As the rumors insinuate, Reynolds did not like Scarlett being more successful than him. An example of this behavior can be seen in the It Ends With Us drama, where Reynolds rewrote some of his dialogue, making the world believe more the rumors that Reynolds loved controlling his partner's business. Despite all of these other contributing factors to their divorce, the blame and dislike between Scarlett and Blake remain with the two remaining mortal enemies. But Scarlett wasn't the only enemy that Blake made following that incident. Penn Badgley. When they first met, Penn and Blake were like a match made in heaven. According to Penn, Blake was the one who bought him his first iPhone and saved him from drinking because she doesn't drink. Thus, after the breakup, Penn's world came crashing down, and the filming of Gossip Girl with him only made things worse. According to him, the filming was an exercise and endurance test for him. After the filming, he explained that he was in a dark state of mind, with half of his belongings in the trash bag. His wife, Domino Kirka, confirmed this and said he was slightly lost when she met him, revealing the damage the breakup had done to him. Blake versus Anna Kendrick. The reports about Blake and Anna Kendrick have also been nerve-wracking, leaving many confused. So what exactly is the matter between them? The details will amaze you. It all started when the filming of Simple Favor began in 2017. Here, Blake was to be on set with Henry Golding and co-star Anna Kendrick. Although Blake and Anna were supposed to play the role of complicated friends on set, this was the beginning of their feud, which led some to conclude that both actresses hate each other. The reason for their feud is quite messy. According to the reports, problems between Blake and Anna began when Anna was said to have mocked Taylor Swift. This didn't sit well with Blake because she was close friends with Taylor Swift, leading to an awkward situation. It's easy to dismiss this claim as a rumor. However, reports have it that Anna is in the habit of being rude to people and staff in the service industry, making it possible for her to have mocked Taylor in the presence of Blake. This can be said to be the origin of the feud between Anna and Blake, but it was just the beginning. A podcaster who had allegedly spoken to a worker on set also had something to say. He explained that another problem between Blake and Anna happened when both pair clashed over cleavages. Anna, in particular, was said to be highly competitive with Blake as she kept asking for more promotions than Blake. She even made the team Photoshop her cleavages at one time to make it the same size or bigger than Blake's. Despite the many rumors, the studio has tried to portray the actresses as being on good terms, but has failed. One of the most revealing moments of their feud occurs in an interview where they display their awkward relationship through body language. You might want to discard the rumors because the actresses seem to follow each other on Instagram. However, Anna revealed that she had muted certain persons on her Instagram in a video where she seemed to be pointing her fingers at Blake. Another shocking evidence of the feud between Blake and Anna is revealed by a screenshot from a former worker on set who stated that Anna and Blake hated each other and weren't speaking by the end of the filming. They began acting like enemies, but the studio had to talk to them and tell them to act like friends while on their tour, which didn't seem to help because many more words were exchanged in a playful manner that people took seriously. Supporting the screenshot is an event that occurred in an interview where Anna said some words jokingly, which raised suspicion. In the interview, she spoke about a time when she had to wait an hour for Blake due to a call time change. Recalling the event, Anna said, "That was the day I decided I hated you. We were all talking trash about you." These were harsh words, revealing the heat between Anna and Blake on set. But this brings another person into the picture who may have had issues with Blake. Henry Golding. When Henry Golding was added to the cast of Simple Favor, he was certainly excited for an intriguing experience. However, what he experienced on set with Blake Kendrick was terrifying. Although Henry wasn't in direct conflict with Blake, he felt the pressure from the heat on set. According to Henry, he had grown up admiring both actresses on screen. Now, he had to work with them. He was excited about it. He, however, also complained of feeling a lot of anxiousness and nervousness working with the actresses. Speaking about it, he explained, "It was quite a small set. It's easy to get very nervous about it. And there were certain days where I was like, what am I doing? Why am I here?" Henry further explained that while he eventually got along with them, there were days when he questioned his confidence many times because she was intimidated by the actresses. While it was clear that some of this feeling of intimidation had something to do with his high admiration for the actresses, a great deal of his discomfort also resulted from the tension between Blake and Anna. When asked about the feud between Anna and Blake in an interview, he tried to deny the feud, stating that both actresses got along quite well. The problem with this, however, was the way he said it. Henry seemed really nervous about the topic and was both unsure of himself and terrified at the same time. It was a perfect hint that some things had taken place on set where he was also a victim. However, things seem to have cooled down between Blake and Anna since they had to return to set to film the sequel of A Simple Favor in 2024. But this isn't the last scenario of celebrities who have dissed Blake. Leighton Meester. Contrary to popular opinion, Blake and her Gossip Girl co-star were not friends. As a matter of fact, they got involved in a little feud that raised some concerns. The problem, according to the reports, began when Blake and Leighton each wanted to become the main focus of the last season and didn't want to be outshined. This soon led to numerous arguments, including fights over small things like costumes. For instance, Blake was said to be pretty mad when she got an increased wardrobe budget. Blake's argument was that she had more success than Leighton outside Gossip Girl. Hence, a thing like that shouldn't be done without her notice. Joshua Safran, the show's executive producer, finally opened up about the feud between Leighton and Blake in 2017. His words were simple. Blake and Leighton were not friends. They were friendly, but not friends like Serena and Blair. According to Joshua, they have different personalities, but no major conflicts were involved. Kate Middleton. In this particular scenario, Blake was the one who dissed Kate Middleton when she mocked the princess during the controversy over her photoshopped pictures. Responding to the photo, Blake posted a photoshopped picture of herself lounging by the pool to promote her cocktail company. It was fun for her at that moment, but she soon realized her mistake when Kate revealed that she was battling cancer. Following this revelation, Blake apologizes for her actions without hesitation. Leonardo DiCaprio. Blake and Leonardo DiCaprio's relationship had been smooth sailing from the start. Blake was 24 years old when she started dating the Titanic star, and things are going really well. The media captured the couple going on dates countless times, and the couple even said they had a special way of communicating with dolls. But things soon went south when the couple broke up after 5 months. The reason for this was shocking. According to the reports, Leonardo wanted to take things to the next level by proposing, but Blake wasn't ready. The breakup was said to be immensely traumatizing for Leo, who was filming The Great Gatsby at the time. Reports had it that there was a time Leo locked himself up in a truck, refusing to come out. This soon led Blake to have issues with the film director, Baz Luhrmann. Ryan Reynolds. When Blake finally moved on and started dating Ryan, she soon ran into problems with Ryan because of Leonardo. It all happened during the Amphar Gala in New York, when Leo and Blake bumped into each other after a long time. Here, how they reacted to the event was annoying for Ryan. According to the reports, he would smile and wink at her anytime Leo saw Blake, causing Ryan discomfort. This has made people believe that Ryan was jealous, and this caused a mini-feud in their relationship. Blake versus Brandon Sklenar. Talking about celebrities who have subtly dissed Blake before, we come to Brandon Sklenar, who once threw shades on Blake during an interview. When he was asked how he fell in love with Blake, he explained that he was just a good actor. Surprisingly, Blake even confirmed their not-so-good relationship when she explained that Brandon would rather rehearse in front of a mirror than with her. But Brand wasn't the only one who has thrown shades on Blake. Zendaya. During Michael Kors's fashion show, viewers were stunned to notice something strange between Blake, Emily Blunt, and Zendaya. While the show was on, Zendaya seemed to be throwing shades at Blake and Emily based on the interpretation of an experienced body language expert. However, when Emily reacted to the alleged issue with Zendaya, Zendaya responded in a tweet by saying she was only looking at the runway. Hopefully, it was all a misunderstanding. And that's it on celebrities who have dissed Blake Lively. What do you think? Let us know in the comments, smash that like button if you enjoyed the ride, and subscribe for more wild luxury stories from the world of sports and celebrity.